Hey, what's up, guys? All right, we are doing Fullerton Loop, and it's a charity ride. Basically, you just like donate some stuff. We bring some stuff to donate for the kids and the teens who are less fortunate. And so yeah, so that's there's a bunch of us there. I don't think the video shows how many. There's probably a good couple hundred. It feels like, I don't know, because you can't really see everybody right now. So on this video, I'm just gonna like fast forward all of this trail riding stuff because obviously it's like super not interesting, but when it's fast, it actually looks pretty cool. And the sound, look at that guy. That guy's hilarious, man. This guy right here with his helmet. That's a cool helmet, like a Mad Max type of helmet. But yeah, right now I'm riding my hardtail, my cross country race bike, and I was out here my original time. I've been out here 3 times, and this is my 3rd time actually on this video. And the first time was in November of last year, so November of 2023, and it's July right now of 2024. So about 8 months ago, and man, I got the mountain bike bug after I got this, because my buddy, he let me. We came here. There's like 3 of us, and he let me borrow his Marlin. Oh yeah, he wanted to slow the video down. I'm like, whee! Yeah, I'm mountain biking, bro. Anyways, he let me borrow his like a real older Marlin, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years old. It wasn't that old, but the shifting was terrible on there. That Marlin, like the shifters were just so cumbersome with your thumb and your index finger. Anyways, so yeah, I got the mountain bike bug, and I was like, and I got me a full suspension after that. I was hitting some trails, and but you know, I kind of live far away from
We got a long way to go.
riding, so you know, I wish I can go out there more. Well, this lady, she chickens out when she sees the drop. It is kind of, you know, if you're kind of new, it is kind of intimidating. I mean, I still get kind of scared. I'm very new at this mountain biking thing, so I'm barely hanging on to not dying, going down these trails and these drops and things like that. So, anyways, yeah, this is a cool little ride. Let me see what's coming up. I think the first drop is coming up next, like in about 15 seconds. But yeah, the first drop of the day. Someone told me that, or someone made another video, like there's like 3 sections you can drop down, and one's more steep. But I think this one I'm about to drop down is pretty good. It's pretty steep. I mean, it looks like everybody's dropping in there. But I think there's another area on the left side, so you can see that. Boom. Yeah, so this is pretty fun. I got some good speed there. This whole thing is very easy friendly. Pretty much like people bring their kids on this thing. I've seen even like 10-year-olds on this trail. You know, you just gotta take it at your own speed. Obviously, that goes for anything. Yeah, this is a very cool little nature-esque type of trail riding in the middle of a city. And this is like literally in the middle of like suburbia city, and it looks like it's like you're, I don't know, in the hills or in the mountains or something. I don't know. I'm from the concrete jungle, so you know, any type of wilderness is like amazing to me. So and here's this second section right here. This is pretty cool. You know, it's really flowy. I wish I could have gone a little faster, but you know, there's a bunch of people there, so it's just a kind of a fun ride. Yeah, like I said, very flowy. I didn't do any jumps. Like there's a couple, like the dude in front of me. There's a couple dudes who did like these little jumps, but I'm just babying my hardtail. You know, if I was on my full suspension, I would. I'm like slam, smash, slam. But if I'm on my hardtail, you know, I'm not trying to like. I'm 230 pounds. I'm not trying to slam that thing down with all this force. I don't know. I guess I'm babying my bike. I don't know why. Maybe that's. But yeah, this is you know, a nice little cute little trail. Just going through, you can see it's got a couple of little humps in it, little mounds, I should say, that you can go down. But look at it, it's pretty like a long trail. It's at least, you know, 3, 4, 5 minutes long. So it's pretty fun. If you wanted to jam through here, you could. because there's really nothing to, you're not going to run into anything. So if you're, I might want to do that one day, go by myself, or not like, here's a cool little thing. Oh no, there's another mound earlier. Yeah, there's like these cool little things, just little fun little kickers. But yeah, I want to go one day maybe and just get some speed on this thing. Like I said, I've only been here like 3 times, so I'm not so gutsy, and plus I'm new. Here's one little mounder here. It's pretty fun. Whee! I know, pretty funny, huh? Anyways, so it's a nice little ride. On this Fullerton Loop, there's a lot of climbs. There's a lot of like climbs, as in like 1%ers, but they're like long. They're like the length of a long park. So be prepared to get some exercise. It's funny, this particular day, there was probably a good chunk, I would say at least a third of the people were on e-bikes. The older folks, like that e-bike help. I definitely see the appeal to it, but, I always say, I'll get an e-bike the day that my body says I can't climb any hills no more, or I don't want to climb these hills. I'm new to the sport, so everything's new to me, everything's fun, and, doing the climbing, I need the exercise. Like I said, I'm 231 pounds. But, this section right here, oh no, yeah, see, okay, so you see those guys on the left, they're like dropping from the top. I wimped out, I know, I went down the easy, little bunny slopes. But look at these guys jamming, like those guys, he's gonna pass me right now, like a 3, 2, 1, boom. So, because he was catching some speed. But there's a little punchy climb. I was proud of myself. I didn't have to get off the bike here. This kid, I can't believe the kid got off the bike, man. That's his territory. He should be able to climb that thing, no problem. So yeah, I rode up this hill, muscled up. I was like, dang, heck yeah, I was impressed by myself. Like I said, I'm not riding my full suspension, so I've got a bike that's essentially 9 pounds lighter than probably what these guys are riding, so it makes a big difference. So yeah, this is pretty cool, jamming through the neighborhood. Obviously it's sped up, and then I slow it down right here because we're going to go down this hill right now, so you can see, you can catch some speed on here. It's pretty fun. Just watch out for some cars pulling out of the driveway. Obviously, going through the community and things like that, you don't want to be a jerk. You want to be, respectful of neighborhood, oncoming cars like this street right here. This is pretty cool. Luckily, right when we crossed, there was like no cars, so that was good. I'm good with that. So you make a left on that street, you go down the railroad tracks. This is a cool little, get some gravel in there. Call it like gravel riding on the mountain bike. And this is good exercise. That's what I look at it as. This is good exercise, and then you get your reward when you're going down the hills. Gotta watch out for them cars. Going through the neighborhood. This is like such an awesome place, man. You guys got to go to Fullerton Loop. It's good exercise. You got this nature right next to these streets, right in the middle of a city. It's and you haven't seen any downhills yet. The downhills, there's probably like 3 or 4 sections of downhills, like good ones. There's one long one, which is basically towards the end of this video. That's like the reward. That's like, yes. And there's like maybe two or 3 little downhills that are right before that. So and there's other options on this thing, like going down like there's more railroad tracks, and then going through a golf course and going through around this dam area. Not dam, like dam area. No, like going around this dam, in this area around this dam. Oh, there's a lot of punchy climbs like this. There's a lot of these ones, man. You go through the park, and all of a sudden, towards the end of the park, you're like, dang, I gotta climb out of this thing. But, when you get stronger, you get better, it gets more fun, it gets more enjoyable. That's what I'm waiting for. Gotta lose like at least 30 pounds. Here we are taking a quick break. and off we go. Yeah, this whole group in front of me, they all had e-bikes. There's actually, like I said, just from my mental calculations, there's about a third. It seems like it wasn't half; it was less than half. So that's why I say a third. If I had to guess, maybe even a quarter. So yeah, this is a cool little park right here, cool little trail. I got off the dirt right there because it was kind of rough, and I didn't want to get all bumpy and have my butt all sore. So I'm taking the road, and then I jump back here on the trail because we're about to go up another punchy climb. Some of them are really, they're not that bad, but now you're going up more of a punchy climb. I mean, it's a good, it feels like, I don't know, 2, 3, or 4%. I don't know, I can't tell, but it's a good workout. And here we are going to continue. Yeah, a bunch of these people have e-bikes right there. Let me just go through this neighborhood. See, look at all this uphill. Oh, I'm so ashamed of myself. Look at, I should have let this guy go because I was not in the right gear, because I was in a granny gear. I should have put it on, the second or third gear so I can muscle up this little thing, this little rock right there. I'm like, I got off balance a little bit. I was like, oh my gosh, that thing stopped me. I should have put it in, not the very granny gear, but the second or third to the granny gear, highest gear.
Too slow.
Anyways, so now I'm walking up my bike right now, so that's pretty shameful. And also too, I'm in such a granny gear. You know how it is. You step on the bike, and it's like it doesn't go anywhere. You want to jump back on, but you're like, no, there's no torque. So that's why I walk up this little thing right here. So that was a shame. I'm better than that. I'm actually better than that. That was pretty weak, Vaughn. That was weak. But here's a quick little downhill right here, about 20-30 second downhill. So that was cool. This is cool. Nice little jam. A lot of pedestrians. Got to watch out for pedestrians, especially Saturday. This is a Saturday morning, like around 8:30. By this time, it's probably 8:30 or 9. So there's a lot of pedestrians out. So yeah, it's a cool little thing. Cross the street. Got to be careful crossing these streets. Excuse me. And this area is really cool. The first 2 times I came here, I went down this right there on the right side that you just saw right there. So if you rewind the video, right when I said the word "this," I was like, but I seen everybody go to the top, and I was like, they told me it was scary. So the guys that I was with before, they're like, "Oh man, that's scary. It's like super steep." So I was always scared of it. I don't know why I wimped down. I mean, it's like these little hills, but I seen like kids are up here, like just there's a bunch of people up here. I was like, oh, if they're gonna do it, then it can't be that bad. So I said, I was asking the people right next to me right now, the last 10 seconds, I was asking them, are there any crazy steep drops? They're like, no, it's all good. So I was like, all right, I'll go for it. This guy's skidding. He's like, he almost went down the mountain. So yeah, this is a nice little trail, little decent drop right there. Pretty flowy. There's a couple of tiny little climbs you got to do. But this was a big group. You can see everyone bottlenecking. So he's bottlenecking because the guy in front of him, he's trying to give him space. So yeah, if you really want to freaking book it right through here, you can. But obviously when you're too close with a bunch of people, when you start going uphill, it bottlenecks, and you know the story. You know the drill. But yeah, I definitely want to come out here and actually, I don't know if I can session these because it's such a long, what's that called? It's such a long little trail. I'd have to go all the way back. I don't know, unless there's a way around the neighborhood, I can just keep going and just session these trails. Because there's I think I saw 2 of them up there, at least 2 or 3 of them. Oh, this little downhill was fun. Catch some good speed, little jump right there, a little drop right here. Oof, yeah. Yeah, so basically now we're going to go, right when we get back on the sidewalk, we're going to go to the next feature, the next area, which is more uphill. This part's pretty cool, actually. I want to go on this right thing right there. Boom, that right thing on the right. I want to do that one day. I was kind of being a wimp. I don't know why. Because maybe I felt, oh, I'm on my hardtail. I don't. It's not as forgiving as the full suspension, so I'm gonna be a little baby. Next time, I'm just gonna go balls out, guys. Like I'm gonna take a couple more chances that I would normally not do, because after you do them, it's like anything. After you drop on this thing, or after you whatever, you go down this thing, you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Like that wasn't scary. Obviously you want to stay within your ability, but how do you get out of your ability? You got to take chances, man. That's just how it is. But take the chance that you think is appropriate, and that's how you get better. Because when you take chances, you're like, oh, okay, that's how you handle that. Oh, okay, that's how you handle that. Anyways, more climbing. This is probably like probably 2%. It's a good, it's a lung kicker. It's nothing crazy, at least for me. I'm obviously I'm basing it off of my ability, but you can see my handlebars are wiggling back and forth. That means I'm losing control. You know what I mean? When your handlebars start wobbling, that's when you're like, whoa. But yeah, so I think I take a rest right here. Yeah, I take a rest right here. Then I cut off the video, but this is a major climb right here. I actually had to get off my bike. I just wasn't prepared how steep this thing was. Yeah, so anyways, but it goes to the top of a trail. But I only walked at the very top, so I wasn't that but yeah, so here's a cool little trail. I'm kind of going slow because the guy in front of me is going slow. He's actually, we were talking when I was resting earlier about 30 seconds ago. We were just talking, and I was telling him I'm still kind of new, and so he's kind of taking it slow. Maybe he's tired because we just climbed that pretty big steep hill that was probably felt like 2 minutes of excruciating climbing. But this, like I said, I want to go back and take these a little bit faster, have a little more fun. A little drop right here, a little sharp little turn. But you can see we're going really slow. It's like he's cruising, because we're still kind of resting, and I guess you can jam through here a little faster, a little couple 2 or 3 or 4 miles, a little faster. But yeah, so this is cool, man. Nature, just chilling out here. And he stops right here, and he's kind of giving me a description on what's coming next. Because there's a couple of little tiny drops, and it's really fun, man. Like, it's like mountain biking is so fun. Like this kind of stuff, for new guys like me, it's like being on a roller coaster. It's like a fun roller coaster. Obviously, we do this because it's fun. It's like brings us, makes us feel like a kid again. As long as you don't get hurt. When you're old, when you get hurt, it hurts worse. Now, he told me to go this side because he was just like, oh, you want to try this other area? I should have gone faster. I wimped out right there. Oh, if you rewind back, there's like these loose logs. I thought I was going to get hung up on there. I don't know why, guys. I don't know why I was wimping out. I think because I was just trying to save my energy, and I didn't want to punch it through. I don't know. And this part, I should have gone left right there on top of this sooner because I didn't catch enough speed. I got hung up a little bit right there. Because I've seen other guys in other videos just fly through there. So, obviously they know the trail a lot better, and they're obviously probably way more confident. Here's another little punchy climb. I'm telling you, there's a lot of punchy climbs in there. There's a lot of climbing on this Fullerton Loop. So I see why a lot of people, are appealed with, or the appeal of e-bikes. And oh yeah, this climb right here, this is the climb of death. This thing right here, this is the climb of death. Look how long this is. I mean, this video is like fast forwarded like times 4 or something crazy. So it's a long climb. And yeah, so I made it to the top barely.
You might have waited out.
Yeah, so it's time to go down. So here's like one of the first like cool little fun downhills. You saw that old man right there. That's how I look like behind the camera. I'm like, huffing and puffing and dying. I rewind and go see that old man. He was like at the top of the hill. Yeah, so I wasn't sure how bad these ruts were gonna be, but so far, I mean, with the tires I had, with the pressure, I had like a lower pressure, obviously. They were gripping really good. I wasn't getting stuck in any ruts. So, and this guy here, he's even newer than me, so he was taking it way slower. And he was, we were just talking about. He's like, yeah, I don't want to go too fast and crash. And I was telling him about my crash, blah 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 blah, that I had in January this year of 2024 on this bike that I'm riding right now. Anyways, yeah. So here's another second fun little downhill. I think this is the one that ends in the street. Yeah, so I think this little, so those little ruts right there, I don't know how good or bad they are, but yeah, this is pretty fun just jamming down this thing. Yeah, the ruts weren't that bad as long as you don't try to fight the rut. So that was pretty cool. That's gonna be my tagline. Don't fight the rut. Just ride the rut. Yeah, so yeah, Fullerton Loop, you gotta cross a bunch of streets. Here's obviously a big main street. Here's a fun little downhill, and I just go on the gravel. I put it to normal speed right here so you can kind of see how it is going down this tiny little downhill. You get to relax a little bit, get some dirt under them tires. I really like riding dirt. I really like riding gravel and dirt and mountain biking. And I ride road, but with my gravel bike, and I ride it with my the roadies over at the local bike shop at Jack's. And but man, riding dirt, there's just something about riding on dirt that just I always tell them, man, riding on dirt, whether it's like gravel or like mountain biking, like on the more rugged trails, it just feels good. I don't know what it is. There's just something that it just like speaks to my soul. I have no idea. I know that sounds like super foo-foo. You may have heard me say that on another video, because but really when I go ride on that dirt, I'm just like, dang, this just feels good. Like the sound, the crunch. Yeah, even going up these crazy old uphills. This is a crazy old uphill right here, and there's more. Dude, like, yeah, this isn't the most glamorous part. That's why I fast forward this. But this is even on this, like, when it's just the sound, like I was saying, the sound sounds good, like the feeling of just being on the earth, like on that natural grounding, like people talk about grounding, things like that. I don't know what that is. It could be something to do with that rather than on the cement or on the tarmac. But yeah, so it feels good. All right, so this is the final descent. This is like the big one. This is the big fast one. So it just starts right here. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy because you'll see if you've done Fullerton Loop. I've heard people crash on this thing. I've heard someone crash on this and like they were hurt really bad. So probably these ruts right here, they were probably really bad. But you start building speed in about 10 or 15 seconds from now. But on my hardtail, I was like, I had to jump right here. I jumped right there. Did a little tiny jump because I wasn't sure how thick those ruts were going to be at that speed. I almost crashed right here. Boom. Almost crashed right there. You saw my tire like dig into that soft sand. Here we're picking up speed. I don't know if you can tell, but we were jamming right here. And I put on one of my stories that my Strava only said 28 miles an hour, but I'm like, dude, this thing felt like freaking like 35 miles an hour down this thing, especially right here. This thing is the fastest part right here. Dude, it was crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if the camera is picking up how fast we're going, but it was pretty fast. And obviously when you're on that rough, what do they call those ribs? Those ribs on the dirt, like, it even makes it even faster feeling. So here's another big street we got to cross. Got to be real careful, guys. There is a crosswalk. I definitely suggest using the crosswalk. But me, I cross the street, jaywalking. It's okay. You just gotta make sure you're not taking any chances that aren't worth it. So, anyways, my GoPro does die right in this section. But here's another little uphill section, and here's a cool little spot. The last time I was here, this was like majorly overgrown, where like the overgrowth was like up to your, up to your shoulders. It seemed like I take a left right there on that fork. This right here, when I came here, like in November, I think it was, this was all overgrown. Like you couldn't barely see over at the top. Like I said, it was up to your shoulders. So they really cleaned it up. That's like a little, little side path, and here's a little downhill right here, a little tiny, little fun, little downhill. Like I said, GoPro dies in about 30 seconds. I don't know if that's normal. It only lasted, like I said, about an hour and 10 minutes or so. And yeah, so there was a couple of other spots. There was actually this really fun spot that the GoPro didn't capture because obviously the battery died. So I'm not sure if that's normal. Anyways, guys, Fullerton Loop, check it out.